Hey Stampin' friends, welcome to the Joy of Stamping with Rachel. I'm Rachel Coon and it's our Fun Fold Friday. Today we'll be making a tassel graduation card that has a gift card pocket in the inside. Go ahead and hold while I flip and we'll get started. All right. Welcome, welcome. As you may know, it is Fun Fold Friday, and in my Joy of Stamping with Rachel on Fun Fold Fridays, when you comment on my description below or on the comments when you're watching live or even after till midnight, you have a chance of getting the card that we make in today's video sent to you in the mail. So please comment. I love seeing them even during the live or after. All right, let me show you the awesome card we're making today. Graduation is in high gear right now. Some have already graduated this past week. Some are still yet to graduate. I have a senior who graduates next week. And so I've created this really awesome gift card holder tassel card. So my idea was to kind of go ahead and make it look like the cap that they all wear. You know, that hideous cap you would never wear unless you were graduating cap. And the inside, though, has a nice little pocket here. So you can put a gift card in it. And then a stamp saying right there. I always give, for my graduates, a gift card to a grocery store, which sounds pretty lame. But if you're going to college, getting ready for admission, or just moving out of your parents' house, food is always a necessity. And so that is my go-to. And I always do whatever the year it is. So it's 2022. So they get $20.22 on that gift card. I've had to make a lot of cards for graduation this year because, like I said, I have a senior myself. So we have lots of people that we know. It only made sense for me to use the Celebrating You stamp set to go with this one. There was two great sayings for this card. I could either use the congrats or the so proud of you. And we're going to go ahead and use the so proud of you. If you are ordering from me this month, be sure to use my hostess code. I always send a little bit extra happy mail when you use that code. And that code is good till the end of June. All right, let's go ahead and start this card. But before we get too started, I do want to show you what inspired this card. So I know I'm using it for a graduation, but you can make this into any type of gift card that you want using designer series paper. This was the one that I got recently from a swap using that cute bear and our GSP here. And she has the gift card in the inside right there. So if you don't have a graduate, still keep this in mind as a gift card holder. And just substitute it for things that you have. All right, set that to the side so you still see it. And let's get our pieces in. Of course, I will have the link in the description below for my blog that has all my measurements. Or if you're watching this on Facebook, it's in the comments. So that way, if I say something wrong, you can always refer to my blog there and get them right. Here is our card base. I'm using our basic black, and I have it scored in two locations. So the measurement for the base itself is 4 1/4 by 11, and I have it scored at the 5 1/2 and then 1 1/4 right here on the front end. Then we have our gold foil. I'm usually pretty stingy about foil in general, paper, because it is a little bit more pricey, but graduation seems like a good time to bust out the gold foil. So I have this for one of our mats. This is for our inside piece here, and then for our gift card spot there. So I have these two pieces here. These measure at 4 1/8 by 4 1/8, and this is 1 by 4 inches. And you'll need two of those. For the inside, we have a piece of basic white, which is a 4 by 4. We're going to go ahead and stamp that using our Memento black ink. You always want to stamp first and then use your adhesive. You don't want to get stuck with the saying looking bad into your card. All right, so proud of you. Right about top center. Love it. All right. Let's go ahead and grab that card base back in, and we will put that in right now. Grab our bone folder. Crease that. Flip this part over. And then I'm going to go ahead and create this pocket right here while we're here with our bone folder. So I'm just going to fold this in and then score it. Well, kind of just rub on that score line. It's already been scored. All right, let's go ahead and flip this over. I'm grabbing my Stampin' Still Plus, and I'm going to put just a little bit of adhesive in each one of my corners, and then one in the center. Hold on, there we go. This is now going to be my guide for our next pieces that we'll do as well. So I'm going to put this one so it has a little bit of border right there on top and bottom and by the score line. And just make sure that it's going to be covered when it's closed. And ours is. You can't see it. Then let's grab our pieces of our gold foil. And I actually like to use our liquid glue for this one. I'm going to put just a little bit on there and a little bit on this one. Flip it over. And like I said, we're going to use this as our reference to line up a little bit here. So it measures at that same 4-inch. And then we're going to make sure we have a border on that side there. And that looks pretty good. And then on to our pocket. This one doesn't matter as much to line up just because it's all by itself. You can still kind of just eyeball it and see that it has all 4 around it. Looking good. Okay, now we can set this aside. We'll come back to this in just a minute. What we need to now do is make our tassel. So this is the front of our cap here. One second, let me cough. Oh, excuse me. I'm getting over this horrible cold, which is just the lingering cough now. So I apologize if you hear me coughing throughout this video. But here is our piece of basic black for our cap here. And what I recommend you using is it's called, I think, embroidery floss. You'll find it at your local craft store. All I have is some twine. So this one I use some retired, super thick, basic black twine. For this one, I'm using a gold and cream colored twine to make the tassel. It doesn't really matter. You can even customize it and have it matching the colors of your graduation, the kid who's graduating. It's up to you. But let me go ahead and show you how to make the tassel super quick. So what I have here is our twine. I'm going to line it up upon our top of our cap here. And this is just a spot to line it up. It just happened to be the right size. I'm going to let this loose a little bit so I can wrap freely. There we go. And you're going to wrap about 8 to 10 times, just depending on how thick you want this. It's going to be double-sided, so keep that in mind. So I'm going, let's do, I've even lost track, and usually I do. There, that looks pretty good. That's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is an 8-string tassel. And then you just cut it off there at the bottom. Next, you can carefully slide this off of our cardstock. Trying to keep it together so we can get it without ruining it too much. Kind of pinch it. There we go. Perfect. Now we have it off and gathered into like this giant loopy mess. Grab about a 5 to 6 inch piece of twine and we're going to stick that underneath it, which I probably shoved down a bit beforehand. That's okay. And then we're just going to grab about the halfway point on this one and tie it into a knot. I'm going to do a double knot here just to secure it. So one knot, pull it tight, and then we'll do another one. Perfect. Then we're going to grab the top here, put them together, and we're going to do a loose knot. So that's one where you kind of make like a bunny hole. We stick both ends inside that hole. And we're just tying those 2 ends together with a knot. And then pull it to the top of it. So it looks kind of like that. Okay, now we have this weird floppy mop. We're going to grab another piece of twine that we have cut, again, about 5 to 6 inches. Doesn't need to be super long. And we're going to gather our tassel together. Put it here right below the top where we have that first knot. And we're going to make another knot here. Again, I like to do a double knot, just so that it doesn't come undone. There we go. Now we're going to take our scissors, and we're going to cut off our loops here. So we'll just grab them and pull tight to make it about the same length to all of our loops. And you'll see that some will be slightly uneven, and that's okay. We can trim a little bit as needed. This one's looking pretty crazy, so we'll just do a quick little trim. Okay, and there we go. We have a cute little tassel that made out of twine. Fluff up the ends, and we can add that to our top. We go ahead and clear this mess, and let's grab our foam mat and our Take Your Pick tool. You see that my foam mat has been pierced many times on this side, and I try to keep this other side fairly clean. That's my side that I stamp with my photopolymer, and this is the side that I use for piercing. So you want to grab that, grab your piece of 4x4 basic white, and you'll notice that when I'm flipping it over, you will see that I've marked it already with a pencil. So I went ahead and I measured the 2-inch on 2 sides, and then I made a line. And I just used my paper trimmer to line it up in there and created that X so that I could find my middle. I'm going to open up my Take a Pick tool, and then I'm going to just poke a hole right there where those 2 lines meet. Perfect. Next, we need to grab your round and square brads. I thought the square black brad looked perfect for this. Again, it just depends on what color. Let's say you had a white cap. You could probably use the white ones instead. Flip this over. Go ahead and stick your brad through that hole that we've created. Don't go all the way through though. You're going to keep it a little bit open, and then we're going to loop on our tassel here. I like to loop it on, and then I twist it once. So either flip it over like that, and then we'll continue pushing it through. Flip it over to the back side and fasten it on there by opening up your brad. And there we've created a cute little tassel on top of our cap, and it just will hang right there nicely. This card is not a mailing friendly card. This is definitely better to be hand delivered to a party. You could send it in the mail, but just make sure you add enough postage so that way it can get to where it needs to go. All right, let's go ahead and add this now to our mat. Flip this over. We're going to use our liquid glue. And attach it to our foil. You're going to have a border on all 4 sides. Just eyeball it, move it around as needed, and then press down so that glue can adhere. Okay, flip it over, add glue to the back of this part. I want a good amount of glue because this is a thick piece of paper and it's going to be opening a lot. Grab our card base back in and attach our cap. Right about there. Oh, I'm loving it. It's totally different looking with the black to the gold, right? And the white or the vanilla. All right, lastly, we just need to create our little pocket here in the inside. So open this part up, grab your tear tape. I'm going to put about 1 inch worth of tear tape. So you can grab it, tear it off, or measure it on both ends. So the top and the bottom of our paper here. Again, about 1 inch. If it's too much, you can always rip some off or fold it open. So that one has a little bit too much. There we go. Take off our backings. And then we're going to fold it close, just like that. Grab your bone folder and create a little pocket by putting some kind of a space right here. And then your gift card will fit perfectly inside. And you can write your nice message right here. So there it is, our cute little gift card holder for your favorite graduate. of this year or next year. You can notice I didn't put any year on this, so I can make up like 20 of these this year if I wanted to and have them ready for next year as well. And gold is great because it's just kind of any color can go with gold. All right, you guys, I hope you've had fun learning how to make this gift card holder, and please give it a try. Let me know what you think and if you love Fun Fold as well. Have a great weekend, everyone. Goodbye.